Good afternoon, good evening. Hi, this is Kevin from Personal Tutors. Once again, a lovely rainy morning today, friends, and a poem by famous poet Ruskin Bond. That is a short monsoon diary. This poem shows the involvement of the rain in today's life. We can see, we can feel, we can rejectly accept the presence of the rainy season and the mist. The poems recall as a rain coming in with a mist. It really recollects that the rain surely comes up in a mist, and it really denotes the idea of having a creepy creature crawling by so that you don't see anything around. It's about the beauty of the rains. It's about the cluster, the depth of the rains. We can have a line-to-line summary of the poem today for you, my friends. I have been going ahead and explaining a lot of poems recently, and we at Personal Tutors are obliged to offer you such briefs and such explanations again and again. So I would suggest you to go ahead and subscribe our channel as well, please. Coming back to the poem, in August, the rain stopped. It started in the month of June when the wild lilies started to grow. That gave a sign that the monsoons are going to come. And the poet realizes that as the rain is going to come, it starts to hover across as if a ghost with a dark sky up above. He says that it was the first day when the monsoon wind and the mist arrived. That was on June 24th. Friends, to tell you about Ruskin Bond, an English poet, born and brought up in India, in a lovely place called Monsoon. It's all about a rainy morning in the town of Monsoon, where Ruskin Bond watches across the window and at last finds that yes, it is the rains that are going to arrive today. He finds ahead and sees a kid called Biju being called by his sister, but couldn't find him anywhere due to the mist. The mist had surrounded the house, and then it began to rain. It rains continuously for many days, my friends, and all the poet can do is get back to his captivity, that is his house, and feel the rain droplets on the tin roof. The tin roof usually plays an explicit role in the poems related to the monsoons or the rains, as we don't find any pitter-patter of rains in the concrete houses we live. Yet, in the tin houses, we can feel the droplets of the rain as if a musical theory going on. That's what Ruskin Bond says. Ruskin only said that it could have been a paradise. Wow. It's all about being a paradise. The place looking misty, the forest looking gloomy, no animals there, no birds, nothing at all. It's just sheer immense serenity. That's what he exclaims in the mood. He only looked out of the window. The snakes and rodents too crept in the house, in the attics and the meadows, since their holes too were filled with rainwater. The poet goes ahead and says, by October 3rd, the monsoon rain made way for the winter rain and snow at the higher altitude. It explains the beauty of a hill station here in our own motherland, India. We know that the monsoons arrive with great thunder and shower. The beauty lies in enjoying it. Everybody creeps into the shelters since they don't have anywhere else to go. The holes are filled, the forests are wet, even the animals try to go ahead and shelter themselves. Now, since the poet was lonely, he gave himself up to to the joy of enjoying the rain outside the window. That's what he and his grandmother used to do when the monsoons had arrived. It's a beautiful poem written by Ruskin Bond. There are a few more epics and poems written by him. I would request you to comment below and do reply us for that. Now coming back to the question and answers. Why is the author not able to see Biju? The author could not see Biju due to the mist that had carried on and defloated across the hills and over the forest in the town. What are the two ways which the hills appear to change when the mist comes up? The hills usually look lush green or white during the winters, but when the mist comes up, they seem to be covered with a soft blanket of cotton that extends to the city and towards the author. Sounds beautiful. When does the monsoon season begin and when does it end? How do you prepare to face the monsoons? Obviously, the monsoons usually start in the later June, that is somewhere around the 20s, 24th, 25th around, and it usually ends by August 31st. The water ends by later October. Yeah, it do rains at times as well. But the monsoons are usually predicted in India at this scale. Which hill station does the author described in the diary? And for how many does it rain without stopping? And what does the author do on these days? The hill station described in the poem is the beautiful town called Monsoon, and it rained constantly for 7 to 8 days. Can you believe it? And the later part of the question comes, what did the author do during that time? The author was secluded, he was trapped in his house, so all he could do was sit at his window and enjoy the beauty of nature. What did the author receive in the mail? The author received a long last check with a tiny puny amount, yet the author cherished that whilst he was sitting at his home, he received a remuneration to enjoy the nature's beauty. That's what the check denotes over here. During the monsoon season, the snakes and rodents are found in the roofs and attics because, fill in the blanks, that would be because their holes would all be filled by water. And lest the poem exclaims the beauty of the nature, we have been going ahead and talking about a lot of poems related to rain. This is one more of it. If you have any more questions, my friends, you can definitely go ahead and contact us or comment below. If you want to know something about personal tutors, do press the button about us. Please do subscribe us as well. And if you want to have data on net, online, we can provide it to you in the pen drives as well. So signing off to you today, you can catch my more videos, Kevin Lopez. Thank you very much, my friends.